All right, let's go ahead and talk about distance. Okay, so up here, the distance between 2 points is the absolute value of the difference of its coordinates. So the points where it lies, we subtract those and do the absolute value. The formula is right here. Now the purpose of the absolute value is that the length or the distance is always positive. It's impossible to travel a negative distance. No matter whether you're going right, left, front, or back, you're always going a positive distance. That is why we have these absolute value signs, because remember, inside an absolute value, you do the operation inside, and then it makes it positive. If it was negative, if it's positive, it remains positive. So that's the purpose of the absolute value. We subtract them to find their difference and then make that a positive number if it happens to be negative. So for example, down here we have them asking us to find the length of segment XY. Now if we follow our formula, we're supposed to take the coordinate of X minus the coordinate of Y and do the absolute value of that. So look on our number line here. X is located at 1.5. Y is located at 5. So we're doing 1.5 minus 5. Now if you're more comfortable with decimals, remember that 1/2 is the number 0.5. So you could instead do 1.5 minus 5. When you do that, you get a negative 3.5. And then we do the absolute value. Just remember your distance should always be a positive number. So the distance is 3.5. Now on a number line like this where they're close together and you can count, you can go ahead and count spaces from X to Y. There's 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, and a half. So a distance of 3.5 or 3.5. All right, next we're asked to find the length of segment A of segment BE on this number line. So again, if we want to use the formula, we're supposed to take the coordinate of B minus the coordinate of E and do the absolute value. Let's locate each one. B is located at 2, E is located at 10. So we have the absolute value of 2 minus 10. 2 minus 10 gives us negative 8, and then the absolute values make that a positive number. So the length of the segment BE is 8. Again, on an easy number line like this where all the numbers are marked, you can always just count from B to E how many spaces. There's 1 space, 2. Don't count the lines, count the spaces. 3 spaces, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces between them. Okay? All right, next we're asked to find the length of TR. So again, we follow that formula. We take the coordinate of T minus the coordinate of R and do the absolute value. T is located at negative 2 minus R is located at negative 5. We'll do our operation there. Minus a negative, remember that becomes a plus. That's one of our rules. And then we have negative 2 plus 5 is 3. The absolute value of 3 is just 3. Again, this one would probably be far easier to just go from R to T, count the spaces. There's 1 space, 2 space, 3 spaces on the number line. Right, and here is one more. Find the length of segment DG. So again, find their coordinates. So we know how far apart they are. D is located right next to negative 10. It's at negative 9. G is at 1. So we have the absolute value, of negative 9 minus 1. Negative 9 minus 1 is negative 10, and the absolute value of negative 10 is just plain old 10.